Here we studied how the brain processes speech and how it uses predictions to optimize speech processing. Our idea here is that the brain continuously generates predictions of what's coming next. So what speech sound is coming next, what word is coming next, based on the context of what the speaker has said before. The difficulty of studying predictions in natural speech listening is that you don't know at any point in time what the participant is actually predicting, what is he expecting. So that's why we generated a model for those predictions, and this model was an artificial neural network that we trained on a large corpus of TED Talks. Here is, for an example sentence, someone is talking about the media landscape, and he had to create these images in his head. And so we aligned the individual words with the acoustic signal and also the individual phonemes, the individual speech sounds. And we trained the artificial neural networks to predict, based on the context, which phoneme or which word is going to come next in the sequence. And so here I have an example of this. The beginning of this sentence I had to create. So when you're at this time point here, before the word create, you haven't heard anything of this word yet. The neural network makes certain predictions on what word is going to come next. And so here we have a word cloud where each dot in this plot is representing one word in the network's vocabulary. And the size of the dot represents the probability of this word coming next. As you go through this word and the model encounters the first phoneme of this word, it updates its internal model, it updates its predictions of what word is going to come. And so then it can predict I had to come, I had to create. Here's the phoneme R. It's pretty certain of what the word is going to be. And importantly, those word level predictions also come along with phoneme level predictions. So at each point in time, you make a prediction of what's going to be the next phoneme or speech sound that's going to follow. What we found when we had people coming in to the MEG and we recorded their brain waves is that neural signals during speech listening broadly fall into two different time scales. Basically, there's activity that's on a faster time scale, which we call the theta rate. This is between 4 and 10 hertz. And those are signals that we found are more prominent in early primary auditory cortices. The other time scale that we found is what we call the delta rate, which is signals below 4 hertz. And those were more predominant in downstream areas of the auditory pathway, which we call association cortex. Basically, if you were very uncertain of what speech sound is going to come next, the theta response to the speech sound was much stronger. So we interpret this result as, the brain kind of increasing the gain to an incoming speech sound. When a speech sound was more unexpected and surprising, this led to stronger delta response in downstream areas of the brain. It's important, for example, to explain people's ability to to understand speech in noise, for example, where there's a lot of complicated information coming into your ears, and you need to really actively sample of what part of the speech sound, what part of the acoustic signal is going to be informative for you, and which part are going to be less informative. The study is also an example of how we can use artificial neural networks and machine learning to learn something about the brain. Basically, without it, we wouldn't have a model of what a person's predictions would be at a given point in time.